What's the best place to get a sunburn?
The best place to get a sunburn?
The best place, yeah, not the worst. The best.
Probably your neck.
You think that I'm a crinkled neck sleeper. I don't think that would work well for me.
All right. Hold that thought. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Regulation Podcast. It's a baker's dozen. Eric reminded me this is episode 13. My name is Geoff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton, Eric Badur, Gavin Free, Nick Schwartz, in order of importance, but from odd to even numbers. How's everybody doing? Andrew, you were asking what the best place to get a sunburn is.
Because obviously there's a lot of bad places. I was trying to think of what would be a good place to get one. Lower back, mate? No, because you lay.
Lower back's not bad.
Lower stomach?
Shoulders. I would say shoulders.
I often film in that quarry, and it's got very sort of chalky white ground. And if I don't put sunscreen on my undercarriage, it like gets on my inner thighs. Like the sun bounces off the ground up my shorts.
That would be bad.
Ooh.
That would be a bad spot for a burn.
It's pretty rough.
Ooh.
It's in the chafe area.
I don't want anything in the chafe area.
No.
What's the worst sunburn you've ever had? Like, have you ever had like a big pus-filled blister?
Ugh.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
You and I went different places. I was thinking it'd be really funny to make a skin suit. Like if you burn your entire body is
that is
burnt.
really funny.
What do you mean?
Fucking psycho.
Yeah, well, if let's say your whole body burns and it peels.
Just be like a big walking blister?
Yeah, like how your skin peels. Like
Oh, ew.
Christian Bale in American Psycho with the face mask, but it's just your whole body.
Oh.
I'm imagining like a chalk outline of a crime scene, but it's just you skin. Like a snake. Like how a snake sheds skin.
That's horrible.
It's the human shakes, or snake, not shake. No, I said I got liquids on the brain. I'm drinking lightly sparkling water, which I didn't know was a thing, and it's terrible. I don't
So
like
you've like soda streamed and left it overnight?
No, it's a bottled product. It's a canned product that is lightly sparkling. Which I didn't know that you could have a variety of sparkling types.
It's got to be all or nothing when it comes to fizz.
Who
I agree.
wants less fizz? If I want fizz, give me all the fizz. This just feels flat, like you said.
Yeah, I think fizz is all or nothing, right? It's all gas, no brakes with fizz.
I'd agree with that.
As a matter of fact, if it's just a little bit of fizz, it makes me think it's a bad
No.
strawberry.
It's
Yes.
not, but
yeah,
ew.
absolutely.
Like, you know how strawberry goes bad and it's just like a little bit of fizz? Ugh.
Yeah. The fact that there are other brands making lightly sparkling water deeply concerns me. I was hoping it was just this is Chateau water. I thought it was just a fancy water thing.
That's a company who found out that the CO2 cartridges started to cost way more money after the pandemic and tried to figure out a creative solution. So they use less.
Uh-huh.
This may be creative. It's not good. Would not recommend. I have a beverage dilemma that isn't even in my notes, but we're talking about beverages. I don't know what to do about. I have a drink in my fridge, had it in my fridge for about 4 months, and I don't know what to do about it because
Throw it
it's
away.
no. Well, probably. I think it's probably
before you even
it.
stop, you pour it down the sink.
Here's the thing, though. This is what makes it a little bit of a wrinkle. It is a slush drink from a boba place.
Oh, you got to drink it. Yeah, you got to drink it, dude, for sure. You don't want to throw that out.
But here's the thing. Well, it's great. Yeah, first of all, great drink, as Eric is saying. I'd hate to make it a waste. But this is where the dilemma comes in. They vacuum seal it. It's a vacuum sealed top in a cup. So it is as sealed as it can be.
Isn't boba typically kind of milky?
But it's not boba. It's like a slush drink. It's like a Slurpee. Imagine
right.
somebody took a slushie and then vacuum sealed it, but there might be some like strawberry puree. I don't know what the shelf life is on a puree.
Oh, you got time.
Why didn't you drink it at the time?
I planned on drinking it the next day, and so I put it in my fridge, and then I forgot it existed, and now I find it, and I go, oh man, I'd hate to throw that away, but I don't know how this works because it's not in a bottle. If it was in a bottle, I would just drink it. It's fine, but it's in a cup that's been vacuum sealed. and I don't know the rules around that.
How do you vacuum seal a cup?
I don't think it's been vacuum sealed at all. I think it's just that somebody just pressed a lid on.
Yeah, like if it's in a pouch that's vacuum sealed. Well, how's it in a cup though?
Is there a straw in it?
No, you have to pierce the top. It's a sealed.
So the top, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like, the way you're describing it and everything, Andrew, I think it's good to go, man. I think you could pop that thing open.
Here, I'll take a photo.
Eric's trying to kill you.
Is there
I think you
dairy
could
in it?
just have a drink real quick, dude. Yeah, there's no way. And even if there was, it's fine, dude. It sounds like it's sealed.
It is. It couldn't be more sealed. Take the photo.
Uh-huh.
Are we doing
Is this on the
Umidigi or are we doing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this the Umidigi Bison?
No. I'm on the
soy milk.
Soy teriyaki phone or whatever the soy phone.
What?
The soy sauce phone, whatever.
Yeah, he's got the soy phone.
Sauce. Whatever the sauce. I don't remember what the sauce was. It said
soy oil. His phone is
soy
made
oil.
with soy oil.
Yeah, I'm on the soy oil phone. Here's the photo of the drink. This has been in my fridge for 4 or 5 months at this point.
Oh, it's good. Oh yeah, that's sealed. Yeah.
It's super sealed.
That's
Yeah,
not
I agree.
vacuum sealed. That's just like heat sealed. That's like they've melted the lid on. There's air in there.
It's way more sealed than I thought it was.
There's an air gap.
I don't think there is. Where would the air gap be?
Where there's right above the liquid. That's air.
That is air.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
If it was vacuum sealed, the liquid would be the only thing in there.
Got it. Understood. Thank you. That cleared up a lot.
Okay.
Now, Andrew, does this have boba balls in it?
No balls.
Okay.
No boba in it. It is, imagine, as I said, a slushie is where we start.
So here's the deal. If you rip the top off and you see mold or mildew on the top, then you have your answer. If it looks fine, I'm going to guess it's fine.
That's what that's where I'm kind of
I
at.
don't know about that because it's like
See?
With milk, you do the whiff test, right? You give it a little huff, and you can just tell. I don't know if that would smell bad, but it could still have all bacteria in it.
Can we try at the end of this episode to see if I want you to think about it, but if you you keep looking at it and you go, you know what, now's the time at the end of this episode, can you just you want to give it a drink if it's something that you want?
I don't know. Here, I'm going to post a photo of what it looks like when I got it. You have a contrast.
It's almost like you intended for this experiment.
Yeah.
Do you take a before picture of all your food?
No,
Oh,
I just
okay.
Googled where I got it from. Assuming
It
they'd
looks
have a
nothing
promo.
like that anymore.
Well,
No.
but it does, if you just melt that, I think it would look the exact same.
Shouldn't a slushie be kept in the freezer? Or does that make it too cold?
What do you mean? No, it would solidify.
I think it needs to be kept in between.
Yeah. You need like a
device that
regulator
doesn't
box.
exist. You need a
It needs to be
slusher.
constantly broken.
regulator box.
It needs to be cold. It needs to be frozen but stirred constantly.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think a strawberry as an ingredient would last months.
I agree.
But I don't know if it's real
and
strawberry.
if that's fresh, real strawberry, I think you have to walk away. If it's just flavoring, I might be okay. It's probably just really stale.
Why don't you just rip that bad boy open and just take a deep whiff and see what you feel?
You're the one that said that the whiff test would not work.
It might work. I don't know. Eric's trying to kill you for sure, though. I wouldn't drink
What
it.
do you mean?
I would huff it.
He's just asking if he can have a drink, and I'm saying, baby, that looks pretty good.
Why do you
It's right
want
there.
some of our company to die?
No, not die. I just want him to have his nice drink.
They don't have any ingredient list on their website as well. It's
Strawberries,
not great.
water.
It's frozen secrets.
First, this I guess isn't on the menu anymore. So I'm looking at other slushes.
What?
Oh, so now it's valuable. Rare
It's
commodity.
Oh, wow. You can hang
collectible.
on to it, and there might
Oh,
be people,
shit.
collectors out there
It's
who want this.
it's factory sealed. Yeah, this is a you should
Factory
get this-
sealed was what I was looking for, not vacuum. Thank you.
Yeah, it's factory sealed. Yeah, this could be a PSA 10 boba time.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not from a
See-
factory, but it is sealed, yeah.
It says on the honeydew slush, an icy blend of bold, fruity honeydew flavor, which makes me think there's no actual organic fruit.
You're right, dude. Then you're good. Like that's
But I
all
don't trust
preservatives?
it because then I go to passion fruit slush and it says a frosty combination of sweet and tart flavors, the perfect and balanced slush dotted with real passion fruit seeds. That's real. That's the opposite of flavor.
All those seeds.
Mm-hmm.
They would
Seeds.
They last forever. Yeah, seeds keep, dude.
I would have a passion fruit tree if that was what was in my. The seeds would have grown by now.
I mean, you could take a passion fruit seed and freeze it for 100,000 years and thaw it out and plant it, and it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think 3 months in a fridge wouldn't do any damage to a seed.
I guess I'll open it. I'm really nervous about this.
I'm not.
Dude, I'm so glad you're doing this. I had fucking nothing.
This isn't even in my notes.
You have nothing after such a break? Oh, wait, we didn't have a break, did we?
We didn't have a break and nothing in our lives happened. It was a very uneventful. I got shit. I struggled. I stretched, but this is way better.
I had a lot of stuff land in my lap. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I saw some stuff laying in your yard the other day.
I'm in house hell. We'll get to it.
Oh.
What's happening, Andrew?
Yeah, what's
I don't trust it. I don't trust this.
Did you open it?
Yeah, I'm peeling it now so I could get a better view.
Get the old nostrils in there.
Did a little black cloud like a soul escape?
Not that I noticed. It is a little dark in here. Let me see.
Did you hear any noises, demonic noises or high-pitched squeals or anything?
It smells like syrup.
Okay.
I don't see anything. Maybe let me. Oh shit! The lid just went. Fucking god damn it! Fucking piece of shit. Lid. This fucking thing.
Oh, don't spill! Makes
Don't
the
spill.
simplest thing on earth hard.
I have a huge problem with standing liquid. I hate it. You know, like when you leave a bottle of water and then it all gets all drippy and condensatey on the inside. It's repulsive.
I left half a glass of Pepsi out last night, and when I saw it this morning, I got so fucking mad at myself because I was like, well, I can't drink that. It's gross now. And I just wasted half a glass of Pepsi, and I'm going to want that Pepsi later on today, like right now, for instance, and I won't have it because I had to pour it down the fucking drain like an idiot.
Was it the last of your Pepsi?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I can smell strawberry in the air now that I fully removed the lid.
That's a good sign.
There's a sweetness in the air that's definitely strawberry.
I think that's all it's good for. It's an air freshener, but I'd call it there.
Also, like, in terms of drinking it or not, if there's harmful mold in it, you just release those spores into the air and you're now breathing them into your body and your lungs. So you're going to get it either way.
This is how The Last of Us started. I got the spores in me now.
Looking at this picture, you've just taken a new picture of the top. Are you sure this isn't on the Umi Diddy?
That looks like a can of paint. That looks like a top down of a can of red paint.
There's a bunch of, I don't know. Dust is what I guess is what it looks like.
Get rid of this shit.
I think one drink isn't going to hurt you. It's just one little sip.
I love it when you gag and choke and throw up more than anyone, but I think you'll die.
I love that none of you motherfuckers managed to hold on to an apple for more than 2 weeks, but he can hold a fucking boba tea for 6 months.
You know what? I think I got an apple actually in my fridge right now. I do. I got, the apple might be like 6 months. Do you want me to pull the apple out?
Yeah.
That's a face apple.
Yeah, because
that's a fucking piece of history right there.
Honest,
put it back in.
Okay.
It's not
We're
done
going
yet.
deep in the fridge. The slush has been blocking the apple, which also needs to be removed. And I've been ignoring it. Let me see. I think the apple's not holding well.
So this episode is just you cleaning out your fridge?
That sounds like such a great supplemental. Andrew just listing off. He's just stood at his fridge with a black trash bag.
Wow.
It looks like, is Andrew playing Assassin's Creed? What is that? Valhalla?
Oh, there's a
What is
Ubisoft. I was just seeing what was going on with the Ubisoft sale. Okay, here's
Do you
the
have
apple.
a laptop on top of your desk?
Yeah.
Above. Is it on a stand? What's under it? Keyboard?
We've talked about this. It's the Norm Show is underneath it.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
What on earth is all the schmutz all over your... How do your keys
Ooh.
work?
That's
What do you mean?
That's a wrinkled apple.
That's a messed up apple. I'm more distracted by just the gumph.
Oh, the bottom keyboard, the bottom gumph.
All of it. There's gumph everywhere.
Unfortunately, the
dust.
picture quality is too high.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I thought this was just dusted.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, like a week
that's
ago.
that's your mum's cleaning job.
No,
call it back in.
no.
Wait, what?
That's not his mom's cleaning job.
Wait, for the keyboard thing? Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Oh, well, listen. I've had food since then, okay? And the problem is
God.
I need to have the food on the laptop, which is above that. So
What do you mean?
there's the remnants
He
fall.
needs
do
to have
you
food on
mean?
the laptop.
Because because
you don't need to put food anywhere near that.
no, because
What do you want him to put it on the toilet next to him in the bathtub? We already eliminated that. We told him he can't do that anymore. We told him he can't make hot dogs in his closet anymore. Where's this poor boy gonna eat?
no, we have established that I don't have a table, so I typically will eat at my desk. But the big keyboard for the Mac I can't
Yeah.
put a plate on it, and I have no surface area to my left, so I use the top of my laptop as like a flat surface.
A, you're an animal. B, what about all the shit that's behind it, like security or whatever that says? Why don't you move some of that and just slide everything back a bit?
There's not enough room here. Let me take a photo of the security.
I need a wide.
I think all that stuff is that seems like a load bearing DVD.
Hmm.
Those were Denzel Washington movies that you cannot get online.
Like John Q.
It is for Queen and Country, I think.
Okay.
Is that one? Yeah, and Ricochet are the few films.
Ricochet.
Um,
I remember that was a movie.
John Lithgow's in it. I'm excited to see it. Very highly recommended by TPG.
Lithgow.
There you go.
So this is the side of the desk situation.
This feels like old face to me. I love this.
Gavin has fucking a lot of opinions here.
Okay.
Where am I putting a plate? There's no plate room there.
Oh, is that the Go XLR?
That
That
is
I
the
got
Go
you?
XLR. Yeah.
Is it running and working and everything?
Oh, it's humming.
Look how new that thing is, and look how old it looks. Look at all the
It's
shit
humming.
on it.
it's because he's
This
put it
is-
to use.
This
It's because
is
he put it to
awesome.
work. Nick, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go for it.
Just out of personal curiosity.
Sure.
Have you noticed an increase in audio quality since he got that? Because Gavin was having so much trouble with his audio blowing out in gameplay videos.
I haven't noticed a difference so far.
Oh,
It's not bad, but
Just the same.
just the same.
Maybe I'm not doing something right. Maybe I'll go
Maybe
through with
Gavin's just
Gavin.
super picky.
I'm pretty audio picky.
I think you're audio picky, yeah. And that's okay.
Well, have you
That's
listened to
good.
that Gears of War video? It gives me a headache.
What video?
The Gears of War one I edited.
Oh. No, I didn't, but I saw a lot of comments about it. So
you did? Good.
I believe you're right. Yeah.
What were the comments? I didn't see them.
It was just mainly about my audio being terrible.
Oh, okay. Speaking of comments, not to get away from Andrew's desk or the creative assortment of items, just real quick, I gotta say, when we all talked about seeing Twisters the other day and none of us liked it, I assumed we were gonna catch some heat because I had a feeling it was gonna be a pretty popular movie, and you know, what's his face is real popular right now and everything. I was really surprised and heartened by the fact that pretty much the entire audience at a whole agreed with us and backed us up, and nobody liked that movie. Wild.
Take that,
Anyway.
Barbara Bador.
Anyway,
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I think that's
Anyway,
maybe what
Andrew,
happened.
you were talking about your dust.
Oh, is
Oh
it
no!
not what happened?
Listen, dust exists. No, it's the opposite of what happened. You guys,
Oh.
and a huge minority. I think the people just sense the jealousy coming from you three that it is the box office smash. Well, I guess not the smash because it's Deadpool Wolverine.
He oversold it immediately. The box office smash. Well, actually,
In a traditional summer, it would be the smash, but it just got double smashed. It, much like Twisters, a second one came in. That's Deadpool and Wolverine.
I loved all the armchair analysis of how we're film snobs or we're film hipsters or we grew up in a time when we evaluated films
All
differently
true.
and we can't just understand and appreciate it for what it is. Nah, it just wasn't a very good movie.
Well, I was
That's
just
okay.
comparing it to the first one. As a standalone, I might feel differently, but
The first one's a great movie.
I think everything that the people said was correct, and that they should continue to see Twisters because it's a great movie.
I'm tired of the excuse of, oh, yeah, it wasn't very good. It was a summer blockbuster when there are so many out there that are good and everyone
Yeah,
else
like
is fine
Deadpool
with
and Wolverine.
bad ones, I guess. Deadpool
Or
and
Fly Me
Wolverine,
to
big
the
summer
Moon.
blockbuster. Big summer blockbuster.
I haven't seen
Still
that
haven't
movie,
seen
but
it.
everybody that has fucking speaks very glowingly about it.
I think I appreciate it more because it's been so long since I've been in a rammed movie theater with everyone laughing so much. It was just like, oh, I remember this.
You watched it? You liked it? Deadpool and
I
Wolverine?
liked it. Yeah, I mean, it's not the deepest story, but it was very entertaining, I thought.
You should see it again. See if that opinion changes.
I was thinking about seeing it with Millie before she goes off to college if she wants to.
Oh, you should.
Try to get her on.
I agree. I saw a comment that I thought was so funny of imagine if I beat Gavin in the movie league by like 3 million and the difference is the Kevin Costner Western getting pushed. If Horizon Part 2, if that's the difference, it would be amazing.
I'm somehow hoping that it's so tight that my 15 remaining bucks is what takes me through the finish line.
It is going to come down to Alien. If Alien does worse, I projected in my head of being less popular than Covenant, but that might not be the case. And if it's not, that's a problem for me.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm just amazed at how well those two movies did. Deadpool, like breaking box office records. And then what was the Inside Out 2? Holy shit, that's wild.
That
Wow,
and
it's been
Bad
such a
Boys.
fun thing. Oh, and Bad Boys too. Yeah, it's been such a fun thing to watch, and I really hope we do it every year because it just makes me appreciate summer film releases in a way that I used to ignore them. You know?
I agree. I've been way more invested.
Yeah.
I also, it made me realize how disconnected I was from these summer releases. Where I was like, Inside Out 2, like who wants that? Nobody wants that. And it's like by far the big, everybody. Apparently everybody wanted it.
What if next time we do this, we take our winnings as currency for the next pick?
What do you mean?
So that somehow I'm at a major advantage and I have more points to spend because I did better last year.
Yeah, that sucks.
You are describing the opposite of how every game works, like every sport.
Yeah.
You're like, what if the team that wins the championship gets the first pick in the draft next year?
Yeah, I mean, that works in sports, but when it comes to money, I feel like it's the opposite.
I think I like
How?
your idea a lot.
What do you mean, how?
What do you mean? What do I mean? How?
Like, if my studio made the most profit, surely I'm going to be buying up more movies.
Yeah. And so where does the fun game begin?
So what is that? What? So what? What?
It sounds to me like
So it's just every summer we tune in to watch Gavin make more money and take a bigger piece of the pie from us.
Isn't that how these monopolies
what
work?
are you talking
yeah, I was going to say,
about?
Gavin doesn't want to play Monopoly. He wants to be Monopoly. He wants to be the
Gavin doesn't want to play
Monopoly.
Monopoly. He wants to live in the real world, apparently.
I don't want to start with 98 points. I want like 120 points.
Yeah.
And I want Nick to start with like 16.
No.
I think life is the problem because I like your idea a lot if like it didn't take 1 year essentially to do one of these. Because the premise of you absolutely futzing about with your movies and fucking up and going bankrupt is really funny to me. And having less points.
Absolutely. Yeah, we should figure this out in a shorter format. That's such a good idea.
But that
'cause
is
what's
like,
happening.
yeah, because of like this format for this, that is 8 years of life. And that it's just too much for that joke.
I like high stakes gaming.
Listen, I'm with you. I'm all the way. And that's why people should see Deadpool and Wolverine and Twisters and Fly Me to the Moon if it's still in your area.
People should see whatever movie they want to see, and they should
Especially
feel
if
free
it's Fly Me to the
enjoy
Moon.
whatever movie they want to enjoy, whether the regulation crew likes it or not. And we don't, just so you know.
I need to pivot to movies, talking about Twisters, one of America's great blockbusters of the year. Last episode, I brought up the Paul Scheer thing, and it was not felt. You guys didn't know this at the time, I have never been more embarrassed in the history of face than after I made that statement.
How about in the history of regulation?
Or regulation. Yeah, that's true. There's fewer episodes of that.
About him being a fetus in the first
Yeah, about him being a fetus in the first. I have never been more embarrassed in the history of this show.
That was more embarrassing than the Swiss Army knife being made in Germany.
Way more embarrassing because I got. That was me that was me getting myself. I got. And I knew what happened and I couldn't vocalize it at the time, but it was like in a con movie when the guy steals all your money and escapes and then they go, oh no, like they realize what happened. That was me internally. Every time you guys made a joke about that, it killed me at that time. It's the most embarrassed I've been because I realized, oh, he got me. He got me so good. It was absolutely, because it was the TikTok I saw of it was him at a red carpet. So it didn't feel like his content. And it included a clip of a pregnant woman in the background of it. It all felt so real, but upon like any analysis of like actual, it was one of those things I just swiped through and I went, Twisters probably came out in like the 80s. That feels right to me, or Twister. And then when you guys brought up that it was a 90s movie, I was like, oh, that son of a bit. Like he designed that as the joke and I stepped in that just massively.
You Brimley'd it.
I Brimley'd it so bad, and it made it so much worse. Knowing that it was a trap. It was he put down a Brimley trap, and I stepped right in it.
What a very specific niche verb, even for us. Oh,
we keep hitting it though.
Brimley.
Yeah. I share your pain, dude. I've been there.
Oh yeah, I know. I thought of. I was like, oh fuck, Geoff. Geoff knows what this is like, but oh my God.
I had to make that phone call after the episode. How dumb I am. It sucks.
It's not even just being dumb. It's someone getting you. He got me.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I assumed it was a viral TikTok. It came up in my feed again later that day, and it had like 7,000 likes. Like it was very small. It was a small, it wasn't wide. I actually paid attention to it this time and I was like, oh, this is just his account. This is, it hurt. It hurt.
That is really funny.
But what doesn't hurt is going to see Twisters, the American blockbuster of the year.
Go see Beetlejuice. It doesn't matter. It's not going to make a bit of fucking difference, but see it anyway.
The only movie I don't want people to see is Aliens Covenant. Or whatever, Romulus, whatever the fuck it's called.
Teen Aliens.
Teen Alien. Yeah, don't see that. I hear that's no good.
I think it looks decent.
I hear. Oh,
Gavin, I hear that Horizon, whatever the fuck it's called, Dawn Part 2 is going to show at Cannes Film Festival, which is not in the U.S., but maybe that'll drum up some excitement. And they'll
should we go?
No, I think you should go.
Yeah.
I've been before.
I'll probably stay back.
You've been to con?
Yeah. Well,
for what?
Some sort of broadcast, YouTube thing.
Oh, they did a YouTube thing at Cannes?
Yeah.
Does
that surprise you?
Jamie Oliver was there for some reason.
Are you saying it both ways so you don't get got right now, Andrew? Is that what's
I'm
happening?
trying to evaluate is what I'm trying to do. Because he said that in a way that was like, I just made that up. But he also just sounds like that sometimes.
No, he's definitely been to Cannes. I remember when he went. He's not lying about that.
Okay. It'd be a weird got. But you know what? I'm in my paranoid era right now. Is where
Gavin,
I'm at.
You owe me $15 I just covered for you.
Thanks,
I'm in
man.
my paranoid era.
Yeah, no problem.
Jamie Oliver was there? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Do him.
Why would he
What?
be there? He's not a YouTube guy. Is Jamie Oliver a YouTube guy?
Yeah, he had a YouTube channel.
A lot of people have YouTube channels. I have a YouTube channel. That doesn't mean anything.
Are you referring to the John Caviar channel?
I should have a John Caviar channel. No, I'm not. I don't have the range of that man.
I was referring to the musician John Caviar.
Yeah. No.
Who hopefully we sent some traffic his way.
That just proves that you met Jamie Oliver. Also,
This is
Jamie
where we
Oliver
were.
looks like he wants to kill both of you.
He's really nice. I was in a headlock.
You guys look like you're about to make out. Look how jealous Dan is.
Do balls ever come through the glory hole, or is it usually just the shaft?
I think it's just shaft, right?
Hey, so are you on like a weirdo run or what's happening? Because last time it was the happy ending, and this time it's this.
I'm just trying to get clarity on a lot of these things.
I think it's just the shaft. Right?
Yeah, I would think so, but I just don't know. I'm wondering whether there's ever like a larger hole below the glory hole where you can get a hand in and sort of nurse the balls a little bit.
What the Christ?
I'm trying,
Like if I was designing a glory hole, I think that's what I would do.
You would make a second hole for the balls, but then you'd have to like push the ball.
No, I wouldn't be thumbing the balls through the hole. It would be a hand hole.
So you'd
Wait.
have like dick goes out, hand goes in.
Yeah.
That makes way more sense. I like that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, imagining the glory hole situation, I don't know if it'd be that enjoyable.
Man, could you imagine having a hold of some dude's wiener in one hand and his balls in the other, and there's a wall between you? He's really at your disposal at that point.
Yeah.
There's not much he can do. There's not much you can do to get out of that situation. You're kind of at the mercy of the other side of the glory hole there.
I think if I was using a glory hole, I would feel more vulnerable if my balls were also through.
Yeah, because if you
For
pull
some
back
reason.
too far, you might just like pop them right off. They gotta suck
Let me
through
make
the hole.
sure that I'm understanding your visual correctly. Are you saying you want the equivalent of like one of these, but like handholds for the other side?
Has anyone made one of those? Just for cock
You know,
and
where like
balls?
they shove their head in? Like you
there's
want
no
the
face
head
hole.
holes, but for hands.
It's just like Tom Cruise or Brad Pitt, and then it's your dick. It's your dick and balls.
Oh, we've got to make one. Oh, that's terrific.
Is that what you meant for the hand holes? Like you wanted those holes on the side of the mini hole?
Why would it be on the side?
I thought you wanted them to be able to reach through.
Shall I put a diagram? I can start
Yeah.
drawing.
Please draw. Because I
All right.
originally imagined just a bigger hole that the balls would go through. But then you said you wanted hands. So I thought maybe there'd be two armholes so the person could reach through on the, I don't know how to, I guess the sucking side. I don't know how to say, how do I differentiate?
Inside.
I think the sucking side.
The what?
The sucking side, because one side sucks and the other stands. What's a more elegant way to describe the sucking side?
You got a suck side and a tickle side.
The giver?
I'm
Wait,
drawing
who's
now.
No.
Oh,
Nick says the service side.
service side.
I'm excited to see the diagram. I'm also really excited to see which regulation listener can't wait. They're falling all over themselves right now to get on the subreddit to write out their crazy story about how they put up their balls through a glory hole. This is fucking insane. I'm so excited.
Do we know a stunt dick? Because the joke only works, Geoff, that you're still recovering over. If there is a dick through the hole, I don't think anybody here wants to put their dick through the Tom Cruise hole. I think we need a stunt dick.
I would absolutely put my dick through a Tom Cruise hole so that
Okay.
Emily can take a photo of it. Why would, come on. How would you not?
Ah, shit. I've messed it up again. I forgot that the canvas is so much bigger than the... all right.
Oh my God. It's so small.
It's small. I've messed it up again. I always
Dude,
forget
come
that.
on. What the
But that's-
fuck?
That's what I imagined. With the
So it's
glory
just
hole.
a really big hole. It's just a large glory hole.
It looks like you're sticking your hand in a light socket.
That's really well done.
I think you want the hole to be small. I think you want the least amount of you possible is the point, isn't it?
What do you mean the what?
Isn't the whole point of the glory hole the privacy, the unknown? Like that's a huge hole. I feel like that's revealing too much of the person.
Well, it needs to be large enough for a hand. Maybe it's too big in that diagram, but I just wanted you to be able to see the hand.
Yeah, you're just giving us the broad strokes.
Yeah, like that's the uniform glory hole, I think.
But that's why I'm saying
hole?
maybe you have two other holes.
Two
for the
holes.
hands. So you got the dick hole, and then you got the two hands on the side.
Why do you need both hands?
Well, you just want one hand? That doesn't.
If you're
feel
doing
right.
a good job on the wiener, it looks like you got your right hand on the shaft and then your left hand down in the hand hole. So your hands are both probably used.
I think you want two.
Could you draw it out for me?
Two hands on the balls? What, you like milking them? Like you just fucking got udders?
So two holes in the wall.
Oh yeah, one for righty, one for lefty.
Well, it's just I think it would feel weird to only be able to have one hand go through the wall.
I disagree.
You think only one hand?
Yeah. You probably want to use the other hand to like balance yourself.
Maybe.
You're getting a dick slammed in your mouth while you got a hand through a hole in the darkness. You're just grabbing onto who God knows what. It's probably a little disorienting.
What is this?
That's a fair point. I guess I wasn't really thinking in the context of.
To be fair, it was bold of me to try and revamp something I have no experience with. So it's probably not a good idea.
I like your idea,
Yeah.
but the more I think about glory holes in general, it just seems like it doesn't seem like a comfortable experience on either side of the hole. I don't think I would be into it.
What's the name of those? Anyone here see the movie Life? The alien movie Life? Ryan Reynolds,
No.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
No.
One of those boxes that you have that they put the alien in a box and it's got handholds in it. That's sort of what I'm envisioning, but I don't know what to call those boxes.
What's the point of the holes in that for the alien?
The point is to keep the alien contained, and the handholds are so the scientists can like interact with it.
Do
in a
they put their
contained
dicks in the handholes?
No dicks go through contained. I don't even know. It's contained element. No. Anyway,
Are you just talking about this?
yeah, yes. What are those called?
Like
a
a
glove
lab?
box?
A lab box. Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay, glove box. Said glove box.
Wait, I thought
box.
that's a glove box.
I don't know why you're going. I don't. You heard it wrong. You said it wrong, and now you're going to argue with me that you're,
no,
I thought it was
no.
lab box.
Not arguing.
I said like from a lab at the same time.
I got the wires crossed, and when I hear glove box, I think of a car. I don't think of that. That's
To be
interesting.
fair, so would I.
We
Okay.
used to use those to sandblast stuff when I worked at the tool shop.
Right. Yeah, it's just a box that has gloves. It's a glove
Yeah,
box.
That's what I was picturing with what you were saying, Gavin, of the armholes through the sides.
It would have a glove on?
I mean, you probably want a glove. Well, maybe you don't know.
Now, the glove is interesting.
There are a lot of questions that I don't want to. I think that me going down and through this hole any further would be a mistake. There are a lot more places we could go based on what you said, but I think we just move on.
Yeah, I think we call it a day. Do you want to hear about some of my house heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear about your house hack. Yeah, tell me about your house hack.
Oh boy, I guess I'll start with the smallest thing. Took a dump the other day.
I don't know that game.
And I've been having a problem in my bog. I've been having a problem with mosquitoes flying around while I'm taking dumps, biting my exposed skin and all that.
What?
It's been a very
What?
bad mosquito year
Okay,
in Texas.
fair enough. Okay.
So I started. I was halfway through my 2, and before I sat down, I killed a mosquito with a bug zapper because I don't like slamming them because I get blood all over me. So I have a little zapper in there for murking them. And then what?
The guy that wants to innovate on the glory hole doesn't like a little bit of bug on him.
Well,
Tiny
I've
little
never used a
mosquito
glory hole. I was
blood.
just thinking about a glory hole. I was thinking about.
The glory hole guy doesn't want a little
I'm
speck
not a
of
glory hole guy.
mosquito blood.
I've never seen a glory hole. I don't know anything about
You're
them.
making glory holes. You're the glory hole guy.
I thought I could innovate. This doesn't mean I've used a glory hole.
You know what would be a cool nickname? Glory Hole Gavin.
Wow.
It just kind of works, right? It flows.
It's pretty long.
GHG, Glory Hole Gavin. Glory Hole Gav. GHG. G-hole. Ooh, G-hole. We call you G-hole.
Sorry, continue. It's just
anyway.
I had to. Yeah, go ahead.
So I zapped a mozzie, dead as dicks, and then I leant the bug zapper up against the wall. And I'm about halfway through my dump, and suddenly an explosion, an absolute bang, and the frickin' bug zapper exploded out of the battery holder.
Oh.
What?
It frickin' look, this is what my wall looks like now.
Whoa.
It filled the room with like smoke, and it spewed a bunch of black shit into the wall.
I have that exact same one. I gotta throw
Do
it
you?
away.
It's
I
hazardous.
used to. Yeah.
And that's a picture of the battery. Dura
Oh.
my ass. And suddenly I'm in a room filled with busted battery fumes. So immediately, I before the smoke got to me, I took a real deep breath and I tried to finish up before I had to breathe again. I was panic wiping. I was absolutely annihilating my cornhole, trying to get it cleaned so I could get out of there before I had to breathe again. Absolute nightmare. Probably one of the worst dumps in my life. So I've thrown that away. That was haunted house problem 1. I don't know what to go with next.
Oh, before we move on from that, can I just say that if you were ever going to be surprised to the point of shitting yourself, you were in the ideal environment. It's a real, to say I shit myself while already sitting on the toilet it's a very low stakes statement.
Oh, yeah.
I was in the right place. Second, a raccoon is taking baths in the pool every night. Don't know what to do about that.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to talk about that video you sent us.
Yeah, that's just coming in, walking around in the pool, leaving. That's problem number 1 with the pool.
What's wrong with the raccoon going in the pool? Why are we against this?
Rabies, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
yucky.
Once again, the glory hole guy can't be telling me about
And he's
dirty.
like in there like cleaning his balls and stuff.
Everybody's balls is getting clean in there. What do you mean? Ball
Hadn't thought
City
about
in
it that
there.
way.
I don't know. It just feels a bit more dirty than a raccoon fur is. I don't know. Bigot. Anyway, that's the easiest problem with the pool. The second problem with the pool is that it's leaking. It's a piece of shit. It's draining out of the side. While I'm waiting for the pool to be repaired, I have to keep topping it up because the pool evaporates anyway. So you have to put like a hour of water in it every 2 weeks or something. But the fact that it's leaking means it's doing it slightly faster. So I put the hose in the pool, set a timer for an hour. I came back to see if it had topped up nicely. It hadn't. The hose had exploded off the side of the thing. So the pool got about 5 minutes of water, and then the ground got about 55. Just wasting water, just pissing water away. So I got annoyed. I just turned off the water. I thought it's probably going to rain soon. I'll just leave the pool. I think you have to keep it topped up because it's bad for the pumps if air gets in them. And if it drains too much, you get air in them. About 2 days later, I took a look at the pool, and it was down by, instead of like an inch, it was down by about a foot of water. And I was like, oh my God, how big is this leak? What's going on? I realized I never took the hose out of the water. So because the water level is slightly higher than the hose, I've been siphoning. The water had been siphoning out of the hose hole.
You drained your pool.
I drained my own pool for about 2 days. I was like, oh my God, I've wasted even more water. What the hell's happening? And it didn't rain.
Dude, the raccoon's going to be so pissed at you.
The raccoon would be pissed because the little step he pisses on, washes on, it's exposed to the air now.
Gotta get this pool in order.
He's not done, I bet.
No. No, I wish I was done.
No.
This is probably something I can't show, but I can play the audio in the episode. Let me
Okay.
share my screen here. Okay, so it's nighttime.
Okay.
10:30.
Yeah. Wham! My freaking house just got EMP'd or something. All of my lights
What
went
was
off.
that?
Half the street lights went off.
Fuck was that?
What
And
was
then
that?
My freaking air conditioner, which was just running, minding its own business, started making the loudest noise in the world. The house was vibrating. It made me jump. All the lights went off, and then it went, and I was like, oh, what the hell's happening? Now my AC makes that noise.
Always?
When it comes on.
Have you
Wow.
had it looked at yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. I got the fans on.
I think that
Ceiling
was
fans full blast.
Starting to get pretty warm.
At first, I thought my AC broke and like pulled so much power that all my lights went off. But then I noticed on the footage that like half the street went off too. So I don't know what that was.
I think I do. I think I can solve this case for you. Real easy. You got a classic over the hedge situation going on. That raccoon was living its best life in your pool. It was having fun. It was swimming. It was enjoying things. You're fucking up the pool. You're ruining it for him. He said, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I'm EMPing your house.
Yeah.
I'm biting into some cable. Everything's ruined.
He chewed some cables.
Oh, Gavin just went live again. I don't know. Is that for?
Oh, is this it?
Oh,
Look at him.
right.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
you
guy
showed
who
the
would chew
raccoon?
on wires.
Actually, the raccoon.
Dude, that's a guy who would absolutely chew on wires.
100%.
That's a wire chewing dude right there.
That's a guy who's looking for an excuse to chew on
Yeah.
wires.
Yeah,
You know what I
100%,
mean?
dude. Yep.
Like he walked out of the house this morning looking to take something personally.
Anyway, I'm looking forward
That's
to
so
moving
funny.
and not having a pool. I don't know why it's so much effort to store water, but it is.
I think what's happened here is that Geoff sold his house. He doesn't have a house anymore. He's a renter, which means that's not his problem.
I think that's what it is. Because last time when my house started getting all crazy, it was because Jeff's luck had gone. It started to go
Yeah.
better. But I think now that Geoff doesn't have,
Yeah, and the problems
Ownership.
need to flow somewhere.
Are you done, Geoff? Or is there more?
that's it for now.
Oh, good.
What about the 7 billion gnats in your front yard?
Oh, I didn't even remember that. I've mowed my lawn, right? And I just started leaving the clippings on the lawn. Just thought I'd try that out because my bin is full of rotten grass. And now there's probably, without exaggeration, 500 million gnats hovering above the grass.
Oh my god!
And maybe like 20 things fly, like dragonfly-ish sort of shaped things, trying to eat them. So there's just a swarm of an absolute war zone above my yard.
I went to Gav's house to pick him up because we went to lunch the other day, and I didn't get out of my car. I took one look at it, and I was like, I can't. It looked. When I was in the Army, we went down to Panama, and we had to camp on the Panama Canal, like on the Panama River. And it was like you could like physically part the bugs through the air with your hands. That's what it looked like. It looked like Panama. It looked like 100 degrees, 100% humidity in the middle of a jungle. It was wild.
I've Panama'd my frickin'. I miss my lawn guy.
You do?
The one you
Yeah.
fired so that you could be a lawn guy?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be a lawn guy next year?
I don't know. But at the moment, I can't mow it without a bunch of shit flying into my sunglasses.
Yeah. What are you gonna do about it? Like, what's the fix? How do you remedy this?
I don't know. Maybe try early morning. Maybe like 6 a.m. mow. Kind of inconsiderate though. I don't know when all that stuff starts getting out there.
Maybe try to flush them out with your pool water. Divert the flood.
Maybe you should get like a blowtorch. Just try
Burn
to
them
cook them
all?
all at once. Yeah.
Oh, I like that idea. Have
Seems extreme.
you seen those videos where like they put the stuff on the grass and they light it on fire and it slow burns across? You do
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I'm wary of any device that kills bugs because I think it will turn on me. And I think maybe a flamethrower might. If a flamethrower
Yeah,
decides to explode, I don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, your luck this last week or whatever, maybe not so good. Also, you're no good with water, so I can't imagine fire is going to be the
Yeah.
move for you.
I'm also no good with flamethrowers. I don't know where mine is.
That's true. That's true.
What is that powder called? What even can you buy that? Is it just cotton? What is that? I've never questioned what that is.
I don't know.
The lawn fire stuff.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, it's pretty dry.
Yeah, it's a good looking yard. It's a good looking lawn when there's not the 10 billion gnats above it.
Yeah, there's a bit on the edge that's been unfortunately contaminated with quite a lot of chlorine. It's not doing so well, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Oh man, I feel like every day, not every year. I feel like every day I don't own a house, I get younger. And now it's like I get to watch you guys all get older as I go the other direction. This is great.
I have gone very gray since I've got this house.
Fuck a house, dude. I actually went by my old house today. Didn't miss it at all.
Oh, really?
Wasn't nostalgic or anything. Yeah, I rode my bike today. I was going to talk. I have a little thing, but I'll talk about it in the next episode. But I did that thing where a long time ago where I rode my bike and I just made observations about the world from my bike, and things I noticed on my bike. I tried to do that today. Didn't go super great. But in the process, I went up to the old house for the first time in since I moved, I hadn't ridden my bike over there. And I was surprised. I didn't give a shit at all. I didn't miss it. I didn't feel like a tug of the nostalgia or it wasn't bittersweet or anything. It was just like, It's weird how that works.
That's great.
I was hoping you went to your house actively to say, fuck that house. Go fuck yourself, house.
No, I was, it actually, honestly, it looked really good. The new owner is taking good care of the yard. I didn't expect him to. And we've been blessed with some rain, so I think that's helped too. But I was impressed that the house looked well kept and well taken care of. I just was surprised that, because I lived there, I was thinking about it on the way home, I lived there for over 5 years.
God, that's crazy. It seems so new in my head.
Like Millie went through half of middle school and all of high school out of that house. It was a long time in a life, But it's weird how you can move and just, I don't know, flush all that.
Did you fill the beanhole before you left?
Yeah, I did. And then I filled it a second and a third time because Albert dug it up.
we didn't need the jackhammer after all.
No, we did not. We just needed the bulldog.
Should have left some beans in the house.
Who knows? Maybe I did.
Oh. Cast iron.
Eric, how's your house doing?
Thought I had everything solved, and then had one of my breakers fail again. So bad.
Maybe we both got EMP'd.
Yeah, I think that the breaker that I have is just I think it trips really easy. And I just need to call like the lifetime warranty line and then have them send me one and then have a guy come out and plug it all in so I don't plug it all in and have one backwards and then I assume kill myself. But
is it just the breaker for one circuit? Or is it like a
No, it's the whole the whole thing I think needs to be
the whole
replaced.
sub panel?
Yeah, like the whole sub panel needs to be like replaced. I talked to an electrician that was in my neighborhood and he's familiar with the setup and he's like, "Oh yeah, that has like essentially it just came down to like these trip really easily. A lot of times it's not an issue. I've run into this here specifically where all these houses were built at like the same time and everything. And I just have to make time to get a guy out here. But I spent 10 hours at our studio yesterday and for 100% eat. And I have not had time. So trying. It's fun. It's great.
Are EMPs like they are presented in the movies an actual thing? Has anyone ever actually been EMP'd? Is that we were talking about like things that happen in movies that just don't occur? I feel like there are a million more EMPs in fiction than there are in real life.
Well, it's a real thing. It definitely didn't happen to my house. I was being dramatic, but
I realized that. I understand.
Pulse electromagnetism.
Just weaponizing an EMP. So I think about it like in the context of movies, it's always so specific. But there has to be someone in the area whose switch just died. And they're just like, they have nothing to do with anything. Just a general, the idea of like being collateral damage to an EMP attack is really funny to me. It would just be so annoying and unexplainable.
Do you think you would feel it?
That's
what I was wondering. I don't think I would.
Why would you feel it?
I don't think so either, but it feels like, I don't know.
Like maybe your hair would stand up a little bit or something.
Yeah, like, I don't know, like you have a pacemaker. Like, yeah, like you'd feel it if you had a pacemaker, but I'm talking about just like in general.
Like static
it-
electricity.
Yeah, like it's that kind of a thing. Like how much does it really range if it's like really strong, whatever. And then we'll get a bunch of comments. People go, I can't believe they thought you could feel that. Look, man, I don't know what it looks
maybe
like.
if
I don't know
it's-
what it sounds like. I don't know what it is.
Maybe if it's strong enough.
Yeah.
That's actually
that's what I'm
another great
thinking.
point.
Feeling my teeth, feeling my bones.
I mean, it was pretty fucking strong for what it did to your house and half your street.
Yeah, why'd that raccoon do that?
Maybe it would feel like X-Men 2.
What?
I don't remember.
I haven't seen that movie enough to just know what that means.
Oh, you don't remember how Magneto escaped his plastic prison?
No.
He
I won't
pulls
spoil
all
it.
the iron out of a guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes like a little pinball
Yeah.
out of a dude's iron.
I would think I would remember that. That sounds
really?
awesome.
To me, it's like one of the most memorable parts
Yeah,
of X2.
I definitely remember that. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I was probably terrified by it when I saw it. I remember Nightcrawler. I remember thinking Nightcrawler was real cool. X-Men 2.
He was real cool. And he's a great host on The Traitors.
And he's invincible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's an EMP movie. GoldenEye.
Oh,
Yeah?
that's right. Yeah.
Nuclear explosion in orbit.
You bring up a good point, Eric, of not knowing what it sounds like. Things that I think I know what they sound like, but only because movies told me. Like, I wonder, like, I have an expectation of what an EMP should sound like, but that is entirely informed by movies. And movie sounds are like a guy waving a tin roof into a fan. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's the scanning of a grocery item.
Wonder what else could possibly sound different. There's got to be some cool stuff out there that we go, man, it sounds like that. It's way cooler in person, but I think most of the time everything sounds probably worse than in a movie.
I think so. Yeah.
I agree. Hey, Gavin and I did something.
You did.
We met up again.
We met up again the day I saw the Nats. We went and we had lunch together in a very public place because that's the only way to do something like this. And then we finished, I'm happy to say, 100% finished our smut.
Oh,
my
dang.
God.
How did that go? How was that? Whoa.
Really fun. I think it went really well. I don't think either of us remembered 80% of it. So it was as if we were reading it for the first time, which was fun.
Yeah. Honest, like probably 90% I didn't remember. It's
Same.
something.
It's something. It's about 10 pages, real solid, single spaced,
It's
you know.
10 pages.
We're not trying to get one over on the teacher here. We didn't double space it. It's real long, and so are the wieners in the story. And yeah, we're real excited about it. I don't know what to do with it though now. I don't know. It's been so long. I don't know the best way to release this content into the world. Do we give it to the girls at the Clutch My Pearls podcast and then let them make an episode out of it? Do they even want to do that? Or do we do it over here for our audience? Are there multiple pieces of content? Do we just put the ebook up and let people read it if they, you know what I mean? I don't know how to
My
proceed.
thinking was that we should try and do both. Like give it to the Clutch My Pearls podcast if they want to do something with it, but also have a supplemental for us where Eric reads it to the group.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely won't read it, but yeah, sure. I think this is a good idea.
You won't read the smut?
No, I don't want to read it out loud.
Whenever I get an audiobook, I always enjoy it more when the author is
Dude,
the
yeah,
person
the
who's
author
reading it.
knows the intent and knows what's supposed to be said each and every time. Like, I don't know why you'd give it to someone else, man. It just feels like something you guys
They
would
also
read.
can provide additional context. Like it, I enjoy it more.
I mean, we could chime in, but it should be read by a third party.
Yeah, I think it should be read by
Why?
a third party too, because you're getting to see their reaction as they discover it, as the story
That's not how an
unfolds.
audiobook works. An audiobook, I don't care what their reaction
This
is.
isn't
I
an
want it to
audio
be
not an
book.
read.
audio
This is a supplemental. This is a supplemental piece of content.
It's regulation
audiobook.
supplemental.
Yeah,
I
regular
think,
supplemental.
if like Eric or I or Nick were to do it, we'd be so focused on that as opposed to reacting to it.
Yeah.
I think you want our surprise. You want our
You
full
realize here,
surprise.
Andrew, we haven't asked you to read it. We're just asking
No,
the other
I'm-
one to read it.
I think Andrew understands what's happening here. And so,
I think he understands what's happening is that if you are too intransigent, we're going to move on to him, and he's trying to cut it off before we get there. But I do agree with Gavin. I do think it's more powerful if we don't read it and someone else does.
I mean, I don't care if you agree with Gavin. That doesn't matter. I think it's important that the authors read their writing so that way we get the full
if we make an
intent to everything.
audiobook version, it will be performed by the authors. but for
Absolutely.
the sake of the supplemental.
Which is what the supplemental will be, is that we can do that and then we can release it as an audiobook for everyone to listen to.
What percentage of it is fucking? Is there any like narrative?
I would say the first 7 pages are story.
Great. That's great.
Wow.
There's world building for sure.
A lot of world building. You need to understand the motivations. You need to understand why they're in the position that they're in and the place that they're in. And then you need to understand what the stakes are, because they are galactic in scale.
I feel like Galactic is a good teaser.
And who better to make me understand that than the authors of this piece, as they give it the gravitas it deserves.
How many characters are in it?
Why don't we just leave them, Geoff, with the name and the author?
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me find the. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Vamp.
This is why like, the authors can't read it.
I'd still, you know what? This strawberry drink still really
Good
smells
vamp.
strawberry.
By
Ooh.
that's our pen name.
Yep.
You know what? That looks more professional than I was expecting.
Yeah, I
Thank you.
think
Thank
it's
you.
a great
That's
cover.
less vulgar.
It does read to me.
It looks like a book I would grab in Starfield.
Does look like
Yeah.
Starfield.
Oh yeah.
It it might feel a little bit like Starfield if that's your thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
I'll tell you this right now. It has more aliens than Starfield does.
If you put into your browser, does it lead to our Patreon?
I don't think so, but that would be awesome if it did.
I mean, we could get a domain and direct it to the book.
Have you considered sending this book to any short story type festivals?
Oh, for publication or to get it like
Reviewed, see where it places, maybe an award.
Uh-huh.
I'm not opposed to it.
You can probably get this thing a Signal Award.
It's a wholly original work of fiction that Gavin and I created from the ground up together under the moniker. This is completely and totally from our minds and owned. So I feel pretty good about putting it out there and seeing how other people feel about it. Is it award worthy? Maybe.
Last question. We should probably wrap up after this. But Gavin, did you have your question about glory holes before or after you wrote? Finish
Oh,
this
wow.
But, maybe I had a lot of stuff on the mind
That's what I'm wondering.
and it took me down a path subconsciously. Yeah, you might be on something there. Because I did think about this after I hung out with Geoff.
Are there any glory holes in the book? I mean, I don't want to spoil.
Just for the
Okay.
record, I want to set expectations. There are no glory holes in this
Yeah, there's
sex
none.
scene. There are no artificial barriers to the sex. They want to experience each other and everybody in the full regalia of the moment.
Yeah, I don't know why my mind is in the gutter for this era, but I think it's mostly out of my system now. I just had a couple of questions about happy endings and glory holes, and that's about it.
Until we win a Pulitzer and have to make a sequel.
Last question, unrelated to this, going back to glory hole. Wrap up this episode.
Great.
The premise of the stand, the cutout that you put your dick through, the Tom Cruise hole.
Yeah, the cruise hole.
Do you think the larger the character, the less impressive your dick would look?
Yes.
So what if like you did like a Vern? What if there's a scale to test this? Like it's in progressively larger bodies.
Yeah, like on a Dinklage, I'm looking good. On a like Victor Wembanyama, it's I'm comical.
Because I was wondering about this, just as an aside. Does height correlate to dick size? Like, are they related in any way?
I would assume to an
I
extent.
would think
To an
to
extent,
some
right?
level, but I have
an
no
extent.
idea. I have no clue.
But I remember Stephen Merchant talking about his penis because he gets asked a lot if it's in proportion, and his response typically is that he feels like he's been slightly shortchanged.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent my entire life listening to 6'5" tall Howard Stern talk about how his penis looks like a robin's egg in a bird's nest. So, yeah.
Maybe it doesn't. I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Find out next time on Regulation Podcast.
We went so long, Andrew ended it. I love it. We'll see you guys next week.
We got into 2 of them. Podcasts, not glory holes.
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. This is why I don't have a drill.
What a mess.